time to feed dump. This week we are all things that we were doing last night. I'm reading like 150,000 words of spicy fanfic. But never mind me. Joining me this week is watching Deep Space Nine.
Finally getting full value out of Netflix.
And chopping down an entire forest.
I took all the wood from one location and then moved it to another location and then took their seeds so that I could destroy their children later to make even more trees. Minecraft.
Dateline, Lee Acres, Florida, where authorities are baffled as to why a man would have tried to jump his Toyota Corolla over a canal. Spoilers, he did not make it.
I don't know, Sergeant. We've had the detectives looking at it. They've been putting their heads together for 12 hours now. We just can't figure out why someone would want to do something that sick.
Yeah, and he was blasting Goldfinger Superman out of his phone in his back pocket.
According to reports, before attempting the jump, the man reportedly drove to the edge of the canal to assess his distance before, backing up and trying it. And then he failed miserably. And then his car was totaled and had to be, pulled out of the canal. And investigators say they aren't sure why the man attempted to do the jump, noting he could have driven a few blocks to get to the other side.
Authority just doesn't get it, man. This isn't about how to cross the river. This is about how cool you can look when you're in the air in your sweet Oldsmobile.
Corolla.
Fuck.
It's a shame it's going to be such a mystery why anyone would ever want to do something so fucking baller.
This is Florida. Surely it can't be the craziest thing somebody's tried to jump something over. I mean, don't they have street meat vendors? I'm sure kids are doing sick kickflips over those things all the time.
Has nobody involved in this investigation ever thought to themselves, oh, I bet I could jump that? It's not hard to figure out.
I feel like this is just the thing that the Tony Hawk franchise really needs to reinvigorate its whole series. Tony Hawk's Street Meat Jumper. Available this fall. Wait, it's fall.
A Des Moines, Iowa man told police he fled from them because he'd always wanted to be in a car chase. Apparently it was on his bucket list.
I feel like this is just the same guy we just talked about in the last story. He's just trying to do all the coolest shit that he saw at a Grand Theft Auto game.
What a weird thing to have on your bucket list. I mean, I know that we would all like to dive sideways through the air shooting two guns like in a John Woo movie, but then you have to be in an active firefight. To be in a high-speed police chase with the cops, that means the cops are chasing you. You don't want that part. What's wrong with you?
I don't know, Graham. What if going to jail is also on his bucket list?
Well, then I've got great news.
According to local television station KCCI, the man refused to halt a little before 7:30 a.m. on Thursday when a trooper tried to stop him over a violation. A 10 to 15 minute chase ended soon after he left the interstate, and then he was immediately taken into custody. He didn't even, screw around a little bit. He kept this going for 15 minutes. That's a huge dedication to wanting to be murdered by police, I guess.
Although, if he does have getting murdered by police also on his bucket list, then I guess this is just knocking two things off, though hopefully that one's at the bottom of the list.
I mean, you can kind of look at a bucket list as the achievements you get in a game, and this guy's just trying to really go for New Game Plus.
Yeah, you're onto something, Ben. My bucket list had read 2 novels worth of extremely spicy fanfic in one night, and now that's done. So maybe I just have to put car chase on now.
Well, did you hear about the new patch that's coming out? They're adding all new achievements, like being able to pull a tablecloth off a table without any of the plates breaking, or finally being able to reach that cookie jar on the top shelf. Also, they're nerfing the ability to jump a river on a Toyota Corolla and buffing pizza by putting hot dogs in the crust.
Is that making pizza better? I don't think it's making pizza better.
But if you put pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime.
I don't think pizza should be on a bagel, nor do I think a hot dog should be in a pizza, whether the pizza is on a bagel or not.
What's your beef with pizza-based products, my dude?
I have no beef. I prefer ham on pizza.
What makes a Pizza Hut pan pizza so good? It's a pan full of homemade.
A white Mercedes in Leeds town center was found spray painted with some very rude things, such as "stick it up your arse" and "worst boss ever." Nobody knows who did this vandalism, but police have some ideas.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's someone who works for the owner of the car and someone from Britain.
Well, and who knows? Maybe this guy only works with 2 other people. You just go, Bill, did you do it? No? Fuck you, Ted.
Yeah, it's gotta be pretty straightforward. Hey, Bill, did you do it? No. Hey, Ted covered in spray paint, did you do it?
I mean, maybe they just need to go to like a coworker seminar where they can all work together and go back in time and meet the Grim Reaper and beat him in a game of checkers? No, Connect 4?
And while they're back in time, they can stop themselves from spray painting this car because they're definitely getting caught.
I feel like that's a lot more child-friendly than what every single time travel thing seems to do, which is basically stop them from going and having sex with their own parents. Why is that?
Look, some people have weird stuff on their bucket lists.
I cannot stress enough, if any of our viewers out there have the ability to travel through time, to not accidentally meet your own parents and become seduced by their inescapable draw. Like, it won't end well. I actually don't want to know or hear about it in any way, shape, or form, but I'm just putting that out there as a bad idea. But I'm pretty glad that here at the Loading Ready Run Entertainment Megacorp headquarters, we have an extensive employee program where we do lots of team building exercises like, oh fuck, someone's gonna spray paint my car.
I mean, if it helps, I don't want to fuck any of your parents.
That's good. We could work with that. That could be a team building exercise. It's the 2017 Loading Ready Run Office League of not fucking each other's parents.
Can we get a signet ring and just on the insignia is just like a dick that's just like half-mast?
No! Signet rings aren't in the budget.
That's right, because we spent all of our team building budget on that stupid time machine and then that guy who came in and gave a seminar about how not to accidentally fuck a dad. Harder than you think.
No, it was not. By any meaning of the word.
I mean, how it works is we don't really get to know that we're a product of our own offspring until it actually happens. So, for all we know, I could be Graham's dad.
Ben might be onto something here, because my dad actually just looks exactly like me, but like 30 years older. Maybe my dad is actually just me from the future, and Ben is my real dad.
I'm proud of you, son. Also, give Daddy a raise.
Though he's losing me a little bit.
You're grounded.
You're fired?
Fuck.
And on that bombshell, it's time to call this episode of Feed Dump to a close. But remember, there may be better sources of news, but they won't advise you not to go back in time and fuck any dads, yours or otherwise. And they don't have Graham and Ben. And they don't have this hat, which is a moose hat. Yeah. Moose hat. Moose hat doesn't want to fuck its own dad or anybody else's dad. Moose hat just abides by its own moose hat business. Be like Moose Hat.
Achievement, get! Fuck your mama!
You leave my mother out of this.